What a beautiful charge!
Whoa,
This is
what a
fine.
save!
Oh my god, it's
Oh,
what a save! My guy.
Welcome back, everybody. My screen name's Covert Muffin, and we are going to be casting another exciting match of the Ori tournament. We have the 37th seed Snoopy versus the 60th seed Iced. But joined with me today, of course, is none other than Poogle. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, Muffin. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to cast another one today from the Phil division.
This is going to be a pretty good match.
Oh, yes. So in this match, Snoopy definitely is pretty heavily favored in here. As we can see, definitely has a faster overall PB. But first, we're going to take a look at the bracket. We see that it looks like, yeah, we have our lower bracket match here. So Ice being able to take out Ibuki in the lower bracket, this, of course, being an elimination match. And now is going to be going up against Cass Snoop.
Now, I do not envy either of these runners, considering whoever wins has to face Wilson.
Yeah, that's going to be a really scary match. Wilson, for the longest time, actually holding the world record on the overall leaderboard, and being the 5th seed in this tournament is just no scary, no shortage of scariness. There we go. Words are hard.
Words are hard. Now, I don't envy either of them having to go up against Wilson of all people, who got knocked down to lower bracket, who is going to claw his way back up, in his own words, to face Soji again.
Yep, and here we go. Looks like we have some stats. Cass Snoop with the considerably faster PB has a 33.54, and then Iced with a 41.31.
Snoopy getting that PB actually yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. And then input method, we also see a disparity where Cass Snoop's going to be running with the keyboard and mouse, Iced on controller, and then, but the average race times are actually a lot closer, Poogle.
That they are. I know Snoopy has said that he gets super nervous sometimes during races, so hopefully that won't influence him too much in this.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because you only get one shot in a tournament, and so we're going to absolutely see that come into play. If Snoop is able to just have a really clean run and just continue to run well. I mean, the guy just PV'd yesterday. That is so insane. So, like, we absolutely could see a really nice mid-30 coming out of Snoop. And then Iced, right? Still being one of the newer runners coming into the tournament. We could definitely see a really insane time that would be unexpected. So, very exciting to see what our runners are going to be able to put on the table today.
Absolutely. Now, Iced coming from Xbox until about getting a sub 45 is pretty cool. Because that he switched pretty recently over to computer.
Yeah, it must be pretty wild too. There are some slight differences. I actually don't know them off the top of my head, but I remember Ice coming in and just like asking a bunch of questions, and it's really cool to see that speedrunning the game is not only done on the PC version, but then also the console as well. It's pretty cool.
Well, one of the things on the console is that you can't hide your UI, so you have to just mash constantly through all of the text boxes and all of that, which we don't normally see on anyone playing from a computer.
Wow, that's really interesting. It looks like our runners are good to go. The race is going to be starting very shortly. We have Snoop over on the left and then Iced over on the right. Guys, if you are unfamiliar with Ori speedrunning, don't worry because we have these first and second place emblems in the bottom of your screen. So as runners are also going to be going around and collecting the skills, those should appear in the wheel there. Yep, and it looks like our runners have gotten started.
Iced with the lovely pink Ori on the right-hand side. And
yeah,
both of our runners are going to be jumping and hopping their way down to the left part of Lower Glades to get our first skill, Sign, or Spirit Flame.
Yeah, and Snoop with the keyboard and mouse, we're going to see if he's going to end up working with some scroll wheel for that pacing on the shots. We can mash 2 shots out and then a small cooldown before starting your next sort of small groupings of pacings. But as you mentioned, Ice doing the Xbox version, if you have to mash through the text, I imagine that Ice is also really good with mashing out those shots. So here we go. We're going to be collecting Sign and then working into this fight.
Considering that mashing shots is sometimes a little less reliable than the literally cheating scroll wheel that some people use, Sign is often able to miss a couple of shots, which can sometimes be very unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure. And for a quick clarification on that, scroll wheel isn't actually cheating. The literally cheating is a meme referencing to an emote that is of the Logitech mouse that has the frictionless scroll wheel, and it's sort of a joke in speedrunning communities that is cheating.
Considering that you can bind it to certain uses, then sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but it's really not. We just like to make jokes about it.
Yeah, and Snoop getting out of that fight a little bit cleaner, but having a little bit of struggles with the flower pad, and so has to wait a little bit. So our runners are back synced up. But in this early game section, we don't really expect a huge lead change or disparity between the two runners to sort of develop, unless a unintentional death could end up happening. But Snoop has the 1 health, so he has to end up destroying this. Oh no! And of the commentator's curse, Snoopy does take an unintentional death there and actually gets sent back quite far. So Ice taking an early lead here in the Glades section. Maybe a little bit of the nerves that you were talking about earlier, Poogle.
Yeah, has to go all the way back to that save he took after getting Sign after the Frankie fight. It auto-saves you. So having to go do this beginning section all the way again.
Yeah, this definitely isn't the start that Snoop was hoping for, but maybe just being able to do this earlier section over again is going to give him some time to calm back down the nerves. We've seen some really clean movement from him, again, making sure to fill out some of these mistakes he made on his first path through. So nice to see that he has this sort of recovery and clean play, and he is going to be heading and grabbing that 4th health cell that we saw Ice pick up a little bit earlier, but oh no. Poogle, Ice only on 1 health.
He's going back with the flower. Looks like that also fixes his experience a little bit going down, so actually looks like it worked out pretty well. He's a little low going into this portion. Looks like he is going to level on the way back up then at a wall jump.
Yeah, nice recognition and adaptation there from Ice, getting some extra experience on the way down, and then just putting him within that 3 EXP range that the flower is going to get him on his way back out. So even though not having like a near world record time, still awesome to see like runners be able to just recognize that their experience count is a little bit off. So very impressive to see out of Ice.
Speaking of experience, Snoops is a little high. Oh, and he's only at 1 health going into this. Hopefully he can get the flower to... Okay. He did make sure that he got the flower and dodged that slime before taking damage, so he leveled up and got all of his health back.
Yeah, and there we go. We see our runners high-fiving as Ice is still in the lead, gets that intentional level up on the way out to destroy those spores and be able to get out of that section. And oh yeah, nails it, gets Trojan Log really quickly. And ooh, sliding down a little bit on that wall. It can be very tricky if you accidentally press your jump key right before you hit the wall. That input does not carry over. Those inputs cannot be buffered in that way. So nice recovery before he fell down and had to do Trojan Log again.
And he's going to choose the much safer option of killing the slimes in the elbow, considering that he took the damage on the bramble coming out. That elbow is terrifying.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have word that Snoop is watching the restream, but he's watching it on his phone. So just has the capability to peek down and glance to where his opponent is. So he knows, of course, with that early death that he is slightly behind. But he's had really clean movement. And here at this slime section, Ice had to end up killing off both slimes where Snoop did the damage boost through. So working away some of this delta that appeared early on. Really nicely done.
As the little blips that you're hearing on Iced End is the fact that he is pressing A to get up his save anywhere.
Yep, so he's going to be the first to make it to the Blackwood Burrows section. This place can be very easy to take an unintentional death in, isn't it, Poogle?
Yeah. Blackwood is filled with lovely, lovely things of everything that wants to murder you.
Yeah. And so, like, all these spikes, right? So if you look over on the right at Ice screen, if you fall down there, that's like, it's definitely, like, guaranteed death unless you get very, very lucky and you're at full health. But nicely done, not slipping down any of these columns, waiting for a platform that's going to work out. He has to go for these precise jumps. Ooh, just not quite getting it. these can be tricky. And Nice gets up there second try, whereas Snoopy high-fiving him and just going for the orb. So Snoopy definitely closing a good bit of that delta as we'd expect from him. But just still, Ice making these difficult tricks actually look not too bad.
And Snoopy having no trouble getting up there. But the orb almost fell off the ledge. That's always hard, having to wait for the orb even when you get up really nice onto the platform.
Yeah. Oh, Ice went for the trying to jump to catch a platform cycle, not quite getting it. It's going to have to wait for that. If Snoop has a better platform cycle up here, this could get him that time back, because if you miss a platform cycle, it's about 8 seconds, as with for every.
And it looks like he does.
Wow.
Did take a couple damage in the spikes, a little bit of a dip going through the lanterns, but he does, I believe, have 2 health remaining, so even if he had to dodge the slime, he would be fine, but he is able to kill it for the experience, setting himself up very nicely.
Yeah, and Ice being able to get past that slime during that platform cycle without killing it off, I'm guessing he recognizes that his experience is a little bit too high, so he's going to be getting through. And so it looks like Snoopy, yep, is going to be able to make the platform cycle. Ice has one more jump that could be scary. Now he gets up there, and so now he's going to be lifting the Darkness cutscene and reaching Dash Tree first, most likely. And Snoop is close behind.
Yeah, that delta is shrinking every time that little movement things happen on either end.
Yeah, and right around the time range where Snoop is, that's like with the 33, that's just a good indicator that Snoop is both really comfortable with a lot of the more difficult tricks, but also has worked in quite a bit of movement optimizations and whatnot. And Ice is looking to be able to push that sub 40 as his next PB goal. Definitely good. And wow, look at this. His previous best dash was an 8:10, and so Ice being able to get in there is setting a higher bar for him coming into this tournament match.
Oh, this is gonna come down to Frankie Walk right now, early game. Which
yes, so especially for newer runners, this trick can be really scary, can it, Google?
Oh gosh, even to older runners, this trick can be scary, because there is no margin for error.
Yeah, true, Shay, and especially because we have to spend all of our energy, so there's no safety save that we can take right before we dip into the poison water and Death Gauntlet. And so, here we go. Both of our runners at Frankie Walk simultaneously. Snoop just a few seconds behind his opponent. We're going to see how the runners do, both with this trick, but then also in the section immediately after, because that's really where it can be easy to take a death.
Oh, nice having to go back a little bit to get the Frankie, so our runners are literally at the same spot. Alright, both of them getting up there, killing the Frankie at the same time. Ice had an extra bounce he had to wait for and through the door. Both going into the poisoned water. Oh, and they're both through.
Wow, both of our runners getting through Death Gauntlet. That is very exciting. Both of them deciding to pace the shots. Snoopy with a little bit cleaner of pacing those shots as we see the instant replay in the bottom, just showing how close this race is. This is just so insane. What a clawback from Snoop in the early game. Just overcoming nerves and getting through a lot of these high, octane situations that can be easy to take a death in Google, but he's just been cool as a cucumber.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. He looks like he's not... He does! He gets it!
Wow, so Snoop actually had a little bit of a lag, so he got an easier Crusher cycle there, so he's able to get up and save the 8 seconds there. Instead, Ice has to sit here and just wait to be able to get through that section. So really fortunate from Snoop that he had a little bit of lag there for the screen. That's insane.
I haven't seen that kind of setup before for that. I mean, except on Xbox because of load times. But that, he just walked right into that. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, and there we go. So Snoopy is going to be in the lead. He is definitely going for this blind movement at double jump. We're going to see exactly where he ends up because the camera is panned on double jump tree right now on the left, but Snoopy is moving behind it. And wow, Ice dashing underneath the Frankie so that he's able to get through that section without taking an unintentional death. Gets the dash tree and is going to opt to not do the blind movement. So a little bit of extra delta is opening up here for Snoop as he's heading into the next big trick.
Ice managing to start the climbing up of walls as Snoop is getting up to the more annoying climbing up of walls and makes it look so easy.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's just so insane. Nailing Grotto Skip first try for Snoopy, that is really big. And so Ice is going to be coming up to that. We're going to see if he is going to be able to match that pace for pace, as Snoopy is also doing some really technical and difficult double jump movement here.
He is choosing to go over the left-hand side for part of this walls, which is just a little easier to deal with. These jumps are really, really difficult.
Wow, Ice doesn't get it first try, and the platform started swinging, making Grotto Skip even more difficult, but gets up there second try. That is just so impressive to see. Ice struggled with that trick so much for so long.
And it looks like a double jump. He's actually ahead of his PB currently.
Wow, that's so insane. Such a treat to be able to see both of our runners putting on quite the show for us today.
Considering that this split is, I want to wager, one of the hardest early game, considering that it's all movement based. Like, everyone says Misty with so much movement, so much tech, but this entering Ginso is actually really technical.
Yeah, true Shea Kugel. Like, a lot of these double jumps are really tight on both position and timing for execution, and if you just keep failing those over and over again, it's not quite as costly to miss it once, but it can just be easy to psych yourself out and continue to miss it over and over again. Whereas, like, in like Misty Woods, as you mentioned, it's a lot more easy to take an unintentional death. But usually there are things you can do to smooth out the movement to be able to get through there. And Ice having a little bit of trouble getting past this line, is going to be a little bit low on health getting through this next section. So we're going to see how he handles this. Is he going to be able to get the intentional level up and get through? Nice safety save from Ice. On the right, he gets over the slime and gets the level up.
That safety save is always nice to have, because if you end up either dying to the slimes or the spikes, you can just reload from right there.
Yeah, and so Snoopy is going to be the first to reach Ginso Tree, which is going to be our dungeon that's going to feature a lot of verticality and bringing together these mechanics with these double jump movement that we've been talking about. Whereas Ice is now at the waypoint collecting the Thornfell Swamp teleporter, and then is going to be matching his opponent in Ginso Tree.
Now, I've actually heard a couple people say that Ginso Tree is a lot of a really horizontal dungeon because of how much you have to go back left and right in order to climb upwards.
Interesting. Yeah, so in these earlier rooms, it can be very easy to just accidentally take a damage proc and fall down, but Snoop deciding to just wait for like half a cycle to pass, that's great. There's some really insane things you can do to try and catch a little bit of an earlier time, but it ups the difficulty, and Snoop just playing well to his mechanics and very, very well, knowing that his nerves and his tournament is on the line.
Speaking of which, I'm hearing from the truck that Snoopy golded his enter Ginso.
Wow, that's amazing. It's so easy to get like rattled from those early deaths, but Snoop just being able to pull it back together and getting like first try Grotto Cycle, getting first try Grotto Skip, nailing the blind movement as well as his double jump movement so far. Just so impressive to see, especially in a race scenario.
And coming into this mini boss, which can spawn in 1 of 5 places and can be a bit of a troll depending on where it decides to spawn. There is a 1-frame tell, which looks like he's tracking pretty well.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Ice is also on 1 health right now. Just went through a really scary spike section without a safety save, but he made it to the switch puzzle. Snoop is going to be the first to clear the mini boss, and he is going to be heading towards Bash Tree after he collects 4 more keystones, as Ice now is going to try his own hand at the mini boss. So we're going to see with this low health, is he going to take any unintentional damage and have to keep redoing the boss over and over again? Or is he going to be able to nail this execution and be able to get through here first try?
Now, this is another instance in where the scroll wheel versus controller debate occurs, considering that you have to normally either mash or pace your shots for this. So, Ice having a little bit of a slower mini boss, considering it does look like he is pacing the shots.
Yeah, and so even with the pacing, you can end up mashing out the shots to be able to still get the fast 5 cycle, but Ice making the decision just to pace out the shots, make sure he's in good position and not taking any unintentional damage. So nice decision from Ice to be able to play that a little bit safer, and he gets through there. So he is also going to be matching Snoop, who is working through this bash section right now and heading up to the key dupe area.
Yeah, he's gonna... Alright, so took a bit of damage, set himself up for the second damage boost on this wall. Which means he cannot do the optional damage boost some people like to take instead of that wall, the wall right below the teleporter.
Yeah, also Ice taking an unintentional death right before Ghost Door, so going to end up dropping that save now so he can take a damage boost down to grab the keystone. Nicely done, and then is probably just going to rekindle this for the Ghost Door. And he does, nicely done. And so he's going to be making his way to Bash Tree as Snoop, successfully nailing key dupe now, is going to end up coming up here, putting the keys in the door, and then facing the next mini-boss to be able to escape Ginso Tree.
Now this mini-boss is, less of a mini-boss and more of an actual enemy that you see a lot later. Well, you normally see a lot later in the game. We see it maybe once.
Yeah, for sure. And so now Snoopy being able to defeat the mini-boss, instead of opting to go up and do Ginso Tree escape, he is going to be going for a difficult swamp entry, which is going to keep the water poisonous for the rest of the run, but it's going to get him to the same location that Ginso Tree escape would get us to normally in the run, just doing it a little bit quicker.
That does mean that since the water is poisonous, we're gonna have to take a little bit of extra safety, and Ice missing the key dupe.
Oh. Yeah, so what happened there is you need to have the keys in the key door, and then take an intentional death with those keys still in the door. And Ice, unfortunately, just moving a little bit too far away from the door, caused the keys to fall out. And so not successfully duping those keys means that he has to go through the section another time. And so playing a little bit safe, and he's going to get the key dupe this time, as Snoopy taking a death from his swamp entry, but with the safety save close by, is going to be able to give his next attempt a little bit quicker.
Gets through just fine. Now needs to bash the shot down, buffer bash the shot up, bash the other shot down. Oh no! And he kills the frog!
Yeah, just after bashing upwards, he didn't bait the shot high enough there, and so unfortunately bashing up the frog ended up killing it. So looking at the instant replay in the bottom left, you see that the shot was just barely too low. But he's close by, and oh no, Snoop just having a little bit of trouble here with this trick. It's so easy to psych yourself out in Infinite here.
Yeah. Bash the frog again. Up and over. Oh, no, takes the dip. Can he bash the frog without taking into spike damage? He can. It's really nice that you can have a little bit of safety on the end of the platform there. Down, up. Bashes and is through. He did.
Nice. And
oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, I like that decision, Poogle. He walked away from the frog, so just in case that shot was low again, he could go for another attempt. Really nice safe play. Snoopy said, nah, I missed the fast strat the first time, so you know what, we're gonna take it a little bit easy and just guarantee I get past this point. As Ice now doing his blind movement, so not too far behind with one unintentional death from Snoop and just continued clean play from Ice. He could actually close a lot of this delta, Poogle.
Oh yeah, but he is taking damage from the frog. Looks like he's gonna take that safety save just in case. Which, as already proven, is a fantastic place to put it. But since he already had to bash the frog once, I wonder if the frog will actually have enough health to get over there.
Yeah, true shade, Poogle. And it looks like, yeah, Ice being able to get the frog over now is going to be doing his attempts at bashing the shots. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, is that shot high enough? It was! Ice
it is high enough.
Yeah, and so Ice now in Swamp is going to be heading to Swamp Tree as our runners high five. Snoopy still in the lead and has plenty of padding here. If Snoopy is just able to play cleanly for the rest of this, and oh no! The frog fell down into the spikes and so died, but Snoop with the safety
gets the hyper speed. Looks like.
Nice.
I've actually never seen that one before.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, if you can dash on the ground and save during that dash, then you can get the hyper speed. That's pretty awesome.
That's so
Snoop,
interesting.
yeah, isn't it? Yeah, and Snoop now coming up to a Kuro cutscene skip. We're gonna see if he can nail this. Oh, it looks a little too far away. Doesn't like the shot either, but no! He
Gets
still
the second
gets it.
one.
Wow.
Now, he did say before the race that he was going to take this off just to have a little bit of extra safety in Sorrow Bash, considering that all the spikes going into Sorrow Bash have 4 damage that they will deal to you if you hit them. Having 5 health allows for an either intentional or unintentional damage boost there.
Yeah, and so Snoopy now getting the 5th energy cell, gets a good spider shot, and he gets out of that section. That is a place that is very easy to take a death. He just made that look very, very easy to work through. But, oh no, Ice accidentally bashing the frog up. Oh no, he's just going to use the shooty shark guy to bait out a shot in order to get up here. That's an interesting adaptation.
Looks like it worked really well.
Yeah, wow. All right, so Snoop is going to be the first to reach Charge Flame Tree, but eyes on the right of your screen as Ice coming up to Kuro cutscene skip. Snoop got it first try, just needed an extra frog shot, but okay, so here we go. Ice setting up in a position. Oh,
walks into it by accident.
Whoops! So probably just not buffering the bash input through and using the directional key on the analog stick to set up that bash angle early, but accidentally just walked into the cutscene. But oh no, he takes it dead! So he has to go for this trick again, Google.
He either walked into the frog or the frog just shot him, but what happened there?
Oh no, Ice takes another death and has to watch the cutscene again. So he's going to be stuck just not watching it. Like watching it once, it can be brutal, but then having to watch it twice, man. Oh, dude, that can be so rough, but that's okay. Ice is going to be able to get through. We're going to see if he opts to grab this 5th health cell that we saw Snoop do, and yeah, it looks like he does. This is going to get him a little bit of safety in the late game sections, including something like Sorrow. So getting through Sorrow Bash, which is a huge bottleneck trick in the speedrun itself, it's going to be a lot easier. Ice making it over to the 5th energy as Snoopy on the left is going to go for his fast stompless attempts. All right, the shot, he looks good. Is he going to make it over to the ability cell in time? Yeah, okay, this shot
barely gets it and gets it.
Nicely done. Wow, Snoopy
Well
nailing
done,
that
yes. Oh. Now, as commentators, obviously, we can never get actually whether the shot's going to be good or bad. But it looked like that was a nice shot, nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's so funny. Like I've like fallen into the trap, of course, of being like, yeah, that shot looks great, and then the shot actually wasn't good. And then when I actually draw consider, like, oh no, that shot looked low, and it ends up being completely fine anyway.
Well, what do we know?
Yeah. Yeah, here we go though, Kugel. Snoop is at the next bottleneck trick, Sorrow Bash. This is a really important part of the run for Snoop.
Making save, going to intentionally kill himself to reset the HP of the birds. And looks like he is gonna go reset up that double bash.
Yeah, using some double bashes to get the bird higher and higher, plays it a little bit safe with the extra double bash, and he gets in there. Snoop, cool as a cucumber. You could say that he is ice cool right now.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Looked like he dropped an energy trying to get over the frog, so he is going to take the rocket jump, but I wonder if he has the energy to either have a safety save or if he's just going to go for it.
Yeah, looks like he's going for it. With that 5 HP, he can take a hit here from the spikes. So we're going to see if he has enough energy for this Ghost Door. Gets through there. Nicely done from Steve.
He does, and he's through. Oh gosh, that's scary. Now, Snoopy getting up to the charge jump tree as Iced on the right-hand side is not going to go for Fast Stompless. It's just going to go grab that cell and do the trick as originally intended. Oh, taking some damage. Oh no, he's at 1. He's at 1.
All right, is he going to get up there? He does, and so he's going to make it over. I would not be surprised to see him just drop down to safety save before he bashes up to these birds. As Snoop now is going to be going for his attempts at Terror Break. And so dropping the save there to be able to start the save anywhere. Yeah, that spot looks good, and Yeah, he gets in there. So Snoop is going to be still in the lead and the first to make it up to Sunstone before he is going to be leaving Sorrow. So definitely a commanding lead here from Snoop, as Ice now is going to be working upwards to do his own attempts at Sorrow Bash.
It's a wonderful thing that we will not be seeing this cutscene today from Snoopy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Ice taking the save on the teleporter as well. Leveling up Charge Dash, which is an important thing for even getting up there.
Yep, nice. Nails the rocket jump, and that one down below on that frog is a little bit tighter than the normal frog that we would bash over there. So nicely done from Ice, showcasing off some of these really cool strats that end up saving like a second or two. And it looks like he's going to opt for the 2-bird method. Yep, okay, good. The second bird got high enough. Takes an intentional damage boost there, and then the bird is so low, but he gets up there still. Wow, what a play from Ice, getting through Sorrow first try. Oh my goodness.
Not opting for the rocket jump, so just gonna bash up off the bird into Sorrow and making that safety save, which is going to make sure he does not have to do it again.
Yeah, nicely done from Ice. Not going for that rocket jump was giving him that extra energy he needed. Of course, there is the extra energy crystal here, which he is also going to collect, so maybe placing another safety save up above. But, oh, he missed the keystone, so... Oh, he missed the keystone on the way up! He's going to have to... Oh, maybe he gets it on the way up, Google. Oh, interesting. He might just get that after he gets Sunstone, and then when he's stomping down. But Snoop, also on the left, showcasing off some really cool movement.
He noticed he missed it. He's going for this one instead.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow, all right. Nice adaptation from Ice. Wow, what a weird set of circumstances. But Ice is going to be able to get over to Charge Jump Tree before doing his own attempts at Terror Break to be able to get up there. And Snoop just, wow, putting on a clinic here with this late game movement.
Almost simultaneous trees.
Yeah, and here we go. It looks like Snoop going to be the first to get to climb tree. Now he has to continue to work through the second half of Misty. And with the restream up, he can definitely check over and see that he has a commanding lead. So if Snoop decides for a little bit of extra safety to play some safety saves in, oh no, takes the damage boost, has to go all the way back to climb tree. And this is what we're talking about. He gets 1 damage proc before he ends up taking lethal damage from the next damage proc. So very important that he doesn't take more than 2 hits. Of course, if we drop that safety save, that allows us to get health back up. And yeah, accidentally killing the frog there is going to have to go up the casual way, and he does.
Alright, he's through. And yes, indeed, taking that safety save after the keystone.
Yeah, boom, nicely done from Snoop. And now working through this second section, there's still lots of things. And ooh, just accidentally canceling out a little bit too early. Maybe the charge dash just didn't go off. And now charge jumping up, yeah, gets up to the froggy over on the spider, and he's going to be progressing through. That's right, all those spikes are spiky. And 1 hit from an enemy as well puts him in that lethal range. But Snoop just making through it. Takes a little bit of damage. We're going to see when his next safety save is, if he opts for one. And I'm sure he's going to place one right here. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Going for the rocket jump through there.
Yeah, nicely done. And Ice getting out of Sorrow is now going to be heading into Misty, so we might see a little bit of a high five as Snoop is going up to the mini boss and ooh, just accidentally messing up a rocket jump, and then oh yeah, killing off the frog, so he's just gonna have to travel over here to the right to be able to get up. Not too big of a time loss, as Snoop definitely still has this wiggle room, because of course Snoop doesn't need a PB here. All he needs is to finish before his opponent does. And nice, not quite getting the fastest possible mini boss quick kill, but definitely one cycling the boss still.
Now, I do know that he has just been starting to add stomp cancel charge dashes into his route. So the little bit of awkward timing on that is probably him still figuring out what he wants to do with that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild to see. It's so cool seeing Snoop pick up these optimizations and then just working them in such a short time frame to be able to showcase off some movement. If you hadn't have mentioned that, Google, I wouldn't have imagined that he just started doing this stuff recently. So cool to see. But yeah, here we go. Ice working through some damaging spikes. Nice. Throwing in a stomp because that causes us to fall down a little bit quicker. And nice, he gets through a really scary section. So he is going to be heading to climb one. Oh, falls into the spikes, takes a bit of damage. But yeah, he makes it over to climb tree, which is going to return him to full health and be a save. As Snoopy takes an intentional death. Let's see what sort of laser cycles he's going to be able to grab with both.
Looking all... Okay. Oh, he's going for it, and he makes it! Oh, so tight!
Oh, yeah. And oh, Ice almost running into a Baneling of instant death on the right, but able to get through. Snoop skipping one more cutscene before heading over to the tree. And yeah, he's going to get over there successfully. So Snoop picking up the final tree. Snoop must be so relieved, right? We mentioned that he was feeling a bit of nerves coming into this race today, but he's definitely clearly in first place so far. And he has all the skill trees. So all he has to worry about now is getting over to the Horu door, the entrance into Mount Horu itself, and then get through the final escape. So very exciting to see Snoop on quite a good pace.
A little trolled by that swinging log out. It's no Trojan log, but still a bit of a pain to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. And whoa! Snoop just playing a little bit safer, waiting for that second laser as Ice not going to be using a rock jump over on the right to get up past the shooty shark guy, but up here is the meatball corridor. Let's see if he gets through without taking damage. Yeah, he gets up there, no problem, as Snoopy is going to be picking up his 6th health cell. I'm sure he's not going to be grabbing the one at Horu Fields, which could be a 7th, but the 6th health cell is already considered to be this strat.
From what I remember hearing, he's not planning on going 7.
Word. As Ice not quite getting a level up there on the mini-boss, maybe some of that experience getting lost, so we're going to see if he decides to take any safety experience around here, but having 3 energy and full health actually isn't too bad here for him, as Snoop, skipping the 7th health and is going to be heading into Horu Fields.
As Snoop is heading up to, well, this trick. Now, Snoopy, unfortunately, does not have a good history of this trick, to the point of saying that he's been debating routing the save drop in.
Oh man, yeah, look at that 9.8% success rate throughout the tournament. I guess his machine gets a little bit of lag, and so that can make the timing a little bit off. So if he gets lag, it can be hard to sort of plan out that 1-frame trick, right? But he's going for it. Here we go. He exits out and gets in there. Not quite first try. So let's see how many tries is it going to take Snoop to get through, as Ice now is going to be taking intentional death and heading down to Light Grenade Tree.
So Snoopy's, I suppose, record for Door Warp is 21 attempts. He's through!
He gets in there, so Snoopy getting past that bottleneck trick for him must feel really good. All he has to do is get through this final escape, and then we'll see if he ends up going for the grenade jump at the very end. He is more than enough ahead, so if he doesn't go for the grenade jump, he will still pull a win here with a clean final escape. So let's see how Snoopy does in this final area, as Ice now reaching the final skill tree. So Ice on a hot pace to be able to finish out with an excellent time.
All right.
Snoop in the final escape, working through, bashing up the lanterns. Doesn't take any damage yet. He can't take any damage. Coming to the second, he's dead.
No!
He takes a hit from the fire. Yeah, so Snoop has to do this entire bit of the final escape over again. Everything that's red on your screen is very scary, and yes, hot things are still hot, so they will deal damage to him.
Bashing off lantern again, going down. Stomping through this barrier, charge flaming the next one. Getting over the fire he was getting killed by last time. Right, now, this is the reason why we need at least 5 HP for the fish swim. Unfortunately, no fish strats.
Yeah, gets out of there and didn't even need the safety 6 health cell. That's just so awesome to see from Snoop. So he's heading up. We're going to see if he opts for a grenade jump.
No.
Oh no, he bashed into the
He
wall.
bashed into the wall.
Please don't soft lock. Alright, he missed the first one. Oh, thank goodness. So recently, up until now, this final trick seems to be a bit of voodoo, but there's a soft walk that you can get, and as it turns in, it's related to the speed you enter the wall. But Snoop gets through there, gets grenade jump, is going to skip a good portion of this final cutscene. GG from Snoopy, going to be taking the win here and progressing on to his next match. This, of course, means that ICED is going to be eliminated from the tournament because this was a lower bracket match. But that's okay. ICED still has a bit of performance left, and he's actually on a really good pace, Kugel.
I'm going to ask the truck for when he gets through this door, but he has clawed his way back to being just ahead of his PB at grenade.
Wow, that's insane. And so now, ICED going for door warp. Come on, ICED. First try as Snoop is going to have time at 36-33.
GG. ICED missing first try door, but gets the second try.
Wow. Alright, so all that's left between ICED and finishing out this run is the final escape. This is it. Come on, ICED. You got this, man.
You got this.
Yeah, so he's heading through. ICED also ended up skipping the Ginso tree escape. This means that the water is not clean, so he cannot take any damage coming through these initial sections, because he has to swim through poisoned water. But here we go. Getting in, throwing down some C dashes in order to get through quickly. Gets through the floor, and now bashing up these lanterns. Is he going to get a good cycle? Yeah, gets up there before the super hot flame geyser of instant death ends up spawning. And he gets past the elemental pool. This is so insane.
Unless he canceled one of those C dashes, I'm not sure how much energy he has left.
Is ICE going to be able to close out a sub 40 here? This is insane pace. Oh no, he spawns through! So he has to get over here, and he gets through. Of course, only being on 1 HP, he can also not get hit. He's going for grenade jump anyway. No, don't do it. And he gets through there. Okay, so ICE is going to have to watch the cutscene. This might actually end up still being a sub 40 for ICE.
I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, so ICE has to end up watching an extra cutscene, so we're gonna check out, yeah, we're getting word that this is going to be a sub 40 time, so improving his best overall time in the race. And so it looks like his current PB is a 39:20. We're gonna see as he's walking across with Naru if this is actually going to end up also being a PB for him. That would be so insane.
I'm not certain if it will or not, considering that this does take a while.
Yeah, this does take quite a bit of time.
But at least he did not die at a spawning car on the final escape. That would have been painful.
Yeah, for sure. So that was just so insane. Also, don't forget, because we did the poison swimming section, he was on 2 or 1 health there. So if ICE had taken any hits from those giant falling molten boulders, he would have ended up dying and having to do the entire final escape. But yeah, it looks like with Naru coming down the stretch, come on, ICE, is it gonna be a PB? It's gonna be so close, unbelievable, walking across with Naru, and the time is 39:16. It's a PB for ICE. What a run!
It is a PB by 3-4 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh man, what a run. GG. So Snoop coming away with the victory. We're gonna see if we can bring him in for an interview in ICE. Even though getting eliminated here from the rest of the tournament, that's okay because he was able to close out with a PB of his own right. Very, very impressive.
Good job to both of these runners, and oh my gosh. That was so scary at the end. As you can see at the brackets, unfortunately, ICE has been eliminated after a good tournament run. Snoopy moves on to the round of 48, where he has to face Wilson. Yeah,
wow, that is not the opponent that it's like, oh, congratulations, you won. And so now you have to go up against Wilson, who is a titan in his own right. He's like the Maximus of Gladiator.
Oh, what does that make Oshi then? What is his name?
Oh wait, what is the guy's name? the super evil guy that like sticks his tongue out a lot and looks really creepy. What's his face? It's Commodus, I think.
Yes, Commodus. Or Commodius, as we were being told. Or no, it is Commodus.
Hey. Alright, so it does look like that we might be able to bring in Snoop for an interview, and so we're going to be pulling him down and bringing him in. Snoop, welcome. Congratulations on your win.
Yo, hello, thank you.
So I guess as a first question, you mentioned to us beforehand that you're worried a little bit about nerfs coming into this. Was that kind of what was going on in the early game?
Yeah, definitely. That wall jump death was like nothing what I wanted to happen, and I was really worried that it would like take over the next part as well.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's so hard to like shake that off. So going through the rest of your early game, were you just kind of like able to chillax and calm down? Because your Blackroot burrows in Moon Grotto looked so clean, man.
In Blackroot, I was still very nervous, but after Frog Walk, which was obviously the one very costly death that you can take, I was getting a bit more relaxed, and I saw my Enter Jinso split was actually a gold split, so that's pretty insane. I'm very happy with that.
Wow, dude.
What were you feeling when you got Gato Cycle?
That's actually, I know you guys were very amused that it happened because of lag. That's actually pretty normal for me, so, but I mean, I was still happy that I got it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible, Snoop. So walking through the rest of the game, you had first try Fast Stompless, first try Sorrow. How were you doing like in those later portions? Were there any sort of sections that you were kind of like foreboding about? Or are you just really always that smooth and collected at those parts?
What I was scared of was Fast Stompless, because I know I've been missing the shot a lot lately. But otherwise, especially in this race, I was like feeling a lot more relaxed because I picked up the extra health.
Awesome. And it looks like we are also joined by Ice. How are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. I think the race went really well.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, right? Like your early game into mid and late game. So how are you feeling about that? Were you like watching your splits? Were you ahead that you were on this heckin' good pace?
I know I was on a pretty good pace, but also knew that some of the issues I had were just like, of course I did that. Of course I messed up key dupe. Of course I watched Kuro cutscene twice in a row because I died off the frog. Oh.
Oh, man.
What actually happened there with that? Did you walk into the frog?
It gave me the sound cue like I was bashing off it, but it didn't actually bash apparently, so I dashed straight into it thinking it wasn't there.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh man.
The bash bugs strike again.
Yes, like silly spaghetti aside though, man, like your Sorrow and Misty was good. So talk me a bit about those areas, right? In Sorrow, you got first try Sorrow bash and then ended up like missing one of the keystones, and you're so really good and collected on those adaptations. So tell me a bit about those areas.
I'm not really sure what to say exactly.
Like,
just that I've been practicing Misty a good amount, because mostly just the descent from Sunstone all the way down, I've died a few times just right at the beginning of Misty. That's been very annoying. So I've been practicing just the beginning so I could just go in and then save right at the first keystone. But as for Sorrow, most of it is just I've done that a lot, at least a long time ago as well. And I just know which things I would need. And that keystone, I purposely told myself, even if I miss it, I'm probably going to try to do it with the jump up through. Even if I miss it, there's one right next to it anyway.
Wow.
That was a great little fix for not getting the keystone. You just grabbed one right above the tree instead.
Yeah. All right, Poogle, do you have any final questions before I ask a closing question for Snoop?
No, go for it.
All right, Snoop. So upcoming next is going to be Wilson, which is going to be another lower bracket match. So going into this match, do you have any goals for yourself? Are you trying to pull a win here? Are you trying to get a PB? Or are you just going to relax and enjoy the tournament?
So obviously, I'm hoping to win. I know it's not going to happen, but I will definitely try to practice as much as possible and not let like inconsistency take over again, so that maybe, who knows, I can do as good as I can in that race.
Nice, man. Congratulations again to Snoop, who is pulling away with a victory here. Unfortunately, this also means that ICED is eliminated from the tournament, but closing out with quite a heckin' good PB there. Very, very exciting. But guys, coming up later on for Ori speedrunning for the All Skills tournament, we're going to have another match at 7 p.m. So this is going to end up doing it for us right now, but that is going to be Sonic Buster versus He Did It, and that will be featured over on Speed Gaming too. But Poogle, thanks for joining me on commentary, and from everybody here in the Ori tournament, we hope you enjoy.
Have a great day, everybody.
Damage as they head through. So, ooh, nice job. Wow, Yoko. Oh,
no. Oh, no, Yoko. Oh, my goodness. Please be careful.
He hasn't taken any, like, really bad deaths as a result, but...
Oh, no.
No! Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, true shade. So we're going to see what D2 decides to do. Nice safety save there. And wow, the value from the safety save.
The trick itself requires precisely positioning a frog and managing your XP, but because that can happen, because that froggy has a chair and it can stomp it right on your tiny little head.
Oh god, Milton, get out of there!
Holy crap, the recovery from that.
It's deceptive. Ooh, deceptively difficult. Rufus.
Holy
so
crap, Rufus.
Oh,
Oh god.
Fix it.
And what is happening now?
I don't know.
Oh, Monkey's shot going through.
Oh, he's missed the double bash though. He's gotta go back up. Monkey's shots are facing the floor. I hope he does not get that on the upper one. Jesus, broken his swamp.
Oh, Monkey getting hit by the shot.
Metal that Terra did. Oh, missing that, but he's got the backup. That's okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, try again. This time you can get to the platform.
What you've seen from runners like Lucidus, Uncle Ronnie, and Eviona so far in the tournament, and oh wow,
Damn.
I do not know how he survived.
Both runners getting that 5th.
Oh, Randomson had a really... Wow, what a nice backup, though. Randomson had trouble with the first spider shot, but now it's basically tied.
Go stomp the rocks. And oh,
Fluffy, what
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh,
you really just
goodness.
keep moving and skip that cutscene?
Oh god, Hori's in the air! Hello!
Oh no, oh Frankie. Frankie, please go away. Oh, that is so painful.
Oh, this is a party. Luckily, he does have a safety.
Yeah, mini boss not quite going according to plan. Melvin's gonna go with the stomp spam. Keep that frog away. Get out of here. Don't hit me with your chair. He says he gets through it okay, and we'll be just finishing up Misty.
The section is really difficult with the 5 health. Alright, he gets the bash off of the fish. So yeah, he gets through, but upcoming here is
He's spawned Kuro!
Oh, he died! Death! Richard is in the lead. No, they're tied. Richard just died as well.
What?
This is literally synced in the final escape, guys. Unbelievable.
They both stopped the thing together. Okay.
Each one of those grenades costs 1. He's got 1 left. That's enough for 2 grenade jump attempts. If he keeps missing in that particular way, he's got 1 chance left.
1 more.
And he gets it! The
First try, and well, not first try, but you know what? First try.
We'll call it first try.